Hi everybody, this is Jason Wang, Republican candidate for West Hartford Town Council. Thank you so much for everybody who's been engaged in our democratic process in town, who's been taking the time to meet candidates and talk to us, and is planning to vote on November 4th. Last weekend, as many of you know, my colleagues and I at Bike West Hartford put on our annual Center Streets event. Center Streets is really kind of our flagship, and it totally symbolizes what we're all about. Sometimes people, hear Bike West Hartford and they think we're out there in spandex and carbon fiber, but really that's not what we're about at all. We're really about building community, and in particular, helping children learn to independently and safely move around their town. Center Streets also felt like a great end to a summer marked by real progress on road safety. It's been kind of remarkable to watch some of the transformations that we've seen on our roads, sometimes seemingly overnight, and with recent enforcement actions from our police department. So both as an independent citizen as well as through Bike West Hartford, I've been an extremely strong advocate for some of the traffic calming that we've been seeing in town. I fought for focusing initial interventions on school zones and high-risk areas, what we had called Priority A in our recommendations, such as Whiting Lane, Sedgwick, Duffy, Charter Oak, and others. In my first video, I had talked about creating a government that noticeably improves people's lives. And I hope that as the school year has started, people are noticing some of the changes that my colleagues and I have fought so hard for. We're fighting for our kids, and we're fighting for your kids. And I hope that your kids feel a little bit safer crossing the street when they're walking to school this year. Now, our work's not done. In addition to fighting to make our bigger streets safer, I'm going to fight to make our neighborhood streets safer. The speeding on neighborhood streets is fixable, and the solutions are not exotic. We just need a government that is ready and willing to make people's lives better. I could barely find any mention of neighborhood traffic calming in our 154-page Vision Zero document, but we do have a separate neighborhood traffic calming document that's honestly pretty insane. It's too long, it's difficult to accomplish, it creates extraordinarily high thresholds to justify the need for traffic calming. You and I know if our neighborhood streets are dangerous. We know if it's safe to let our children cross the street to go to a neighbor's house. But if you look at this document, it basically tells you that your perception is basically wrong. As part of its simple, easy to follow 14-step plan, it uses a decision matrix that basically says if 85th percentile speeds are under 33 miles per hour in your neighborhood, practically speaking, you get nothing. Now 85th percentile speeds itself kind of is a pseudoscience, but even if you did set a more appropriate threshold, the other 15% of cars can still easily kill you or hurt somebody in your family or just generally reduce the livability of your neighborhood. So just for reference, Sedgwick Road during school hours has an 85th percentile speed of 38 miles per hour. So if your street is 5 miles per hour less than Sedgwick, you get nothing according to our current policies. Now, this document basically explains or demonstrates one of the biggest reasons that I feel an urgency to run. I don't feel I'm not going to wait my turn because by that time my kids will probably be grown. Our current government is obsessed with process. It's forgotten how to make people's lives better right now. Even highly motivated, highly road safety literate people they have extreme difficulty with our current neighborhood traffic safety process, which can drag on for years without results. I want to noticeably improve people's lives. We've helped kind of shake our town into action through events like vigils, but people shouldn't have to die for the town to change. I mean, right now, we are losing that traditional childhood. Kids can't cross the street to visit their friends. They're spending too much time on screens, too much time indoors, too much time on social media. That's enough for me to act. I honestly don't give a crap if your street has an 85th percentile speed that's, under 33 miles per hour. If you don't feel safe letting your kid walk across the street to a friend's house or walk to school, that is where the town needs to act. Now, if you elect me, I'm going to fight really hard for neighborhood level traffic calming. I'm going to get rid of this multi-year, 14-step plan just to get a speed bump on your street, because that's really all we're talking about. When we talk about traffic calming, it's just these simple common sense ways to make your street more livable and to make it so that you and your family can get to where you want to go, and to kind of reconnect our communities. Realistically, a simple petition with maybe a few achievable criteria might suffice to determine, how we do neighborhood traffic calming. This is so important for everybody, and it's absolutely critical for children's independence and for their physical and mental health. They need to be able to cross the street and visit their friends, to learn to ride their bike, to roller skate, to do all the things that make being a kid so special. Sorry to get, maybe overly detailed and wonky in this video, but I just want you to understand that not only do I care about you and your family, but I have actionable plans to improve your life. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for your time. And I just like you to know that I'm paying attention and I'm excited to have more conversations with you. I really hope to earn your vote on November 4th. Thank you for watching.